So here I am, 4 o'clock in the morning, working on videos, trying to get stuff uploaded as much as possible because I'm back in Orlando and I think that they're throttling me. I couldn't get any internet yesterday whatsoever. Here it is. I woke up at 1:30 in the morning, just tested the internet out. It worked, so I went, alright, I guess I'll get up and do some work then. So I'm now uploading as much as I possibly can before everyone else, before the rest of the world wakes up and starts using their internet and I get deprioritized yet again. So for any of you digital nomads that, end up basically trying to do any level of work while you're on the road, there's a couple things you're going to have to, be prepared for. One of those things is that even if you have a quote-unquote unlimited data plan on your phone, after you go over a certain amount, your phone provider is going to start throttling or deprioritizing, as they like to call it, your data above some of the other people in the area that have not gone over that specific limit. So with T-Mobile, which is who I have, they have the highest amount of data that you can use before you start to get deprioritized. But I live on the internet. All of my business, all of my videos, all of my YouTube channels and stuff, they all live on the internet. So I edit a lot of video and I upload a lot of video, and videos are big. If I was just, a blogger and I was just typing all the time, that would take almost no data whatsoever. But because my business is mainly in video, I have to constantly be chewing up large amounts of data on a month-to-month basis. So as soon as I go over that level, which I believe T-Mobile has set it at like 52 gigabytes or so, which is pretty big, but I mean, I'm using hundreds of gigs of data, which in most cases is not a big deal if you live or are in a remote area on a specific tower that doesn't have a lot of other people there that haven't gone over their data, and it doesn't require them to deprioritize your data. But if you're in a heavily, densely populated area like Orlando, where there are, hundreds of thousands of visitors here every single day, and they're all going, oh, look what I saw, look what I saw, and they're all uploading to their Instagram, they're all chewing up data, they're streaming Netflix at night, they're just doing all kinds of things on the internet. If you're trying to work, there's a really good chance your data is going to get deprioritized. And when that's the case, you're in for a surprise at just how slow they can actually make it for you. And when it gets that slow and it's absolutely positively unusable, you're going to find yourself in your car heading to the closest free Wi-Fi hotspot. Now look, having extremely slow internet access is not always a bad thing. Sometimes you're like, you know what, I have been spending way too much time browsing around on YouTube, just one stupid video after the other, just always, looking at something, researching something. And if you're trying to live that RV life, if you're trying to live more purposefully, it's probably not the worst thing that could ever happen to you by being disconnected, by being effectively disconnected. The damn shit is so slow, you just absolutely can't even fathom sitting around there and waiting for a thumbnail to load. So yeah, it could be a really good thing that it is slow for once in your whole life. Oh, you might have had some slow internet. It's like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I can't work and I can't watch TV? Well, hey, that's great. Maybe you should go outside and breathe a little bit of that fresh air that you work so hard to go and get a hold of. Maybe you should go take a hike. Maybe you should go swim in the ocean. Maybe you should just do something, anything other than be on the internet. I'm a photographer. Go take some pictures. I like to make videos. I'm making one now. But sometimes, people, sometimes it's just going to be awesome. It's going to be great every now and then that you don't have any connection whatsoever. I seriously think that one should not freak out. You should take it and go, okay, it's one of those days. It's one of those situations. It doesn't happen often because we've got coverage pretty much everywhere now. It's not like I can't still make phone calls. I just don't have very fast internet. Maybe today I'll have an adventure. Maybe today I'll go and do something with my life. So what I really want to know is, are those sort of like, I don't know, the signal boosters and then rebroadcasters like the weBoost, I mean, they're pretty damn expensive. You're talking like $400 to do nothing more than grab the signal out of the air and then maybe boost it up
and then rebroadcast it inside of your RV. Now, I do my research. I do a lot of it, too. But, I mean, it's just really hard for me to see where that $400 investment would actually come into play. I mean, $400 for a slight increase in signal, I mean, that's a significant amount of money. And it's an amount of money that I would be totally willing to pay if it was genuinely accurate, reliable, dependable, if it did better than any other option out there, including getting another plan with another carrier, getting some sort of Wi-Fi hotspot device, you know, something like that. So if any of you all have actually ever used one of them, have you ever handled one of them? Are they worth the money? Is it more headache than it is useful? And if it's not, I wish somebody would just go ahead and tell me, save me the trouble of actually going through the hassle of picking one up, trying to wire it up, and then realizing that it's a complete joke. Like, if it really works, fine, I'm sold. I'll buy something. I've even been looking into that other thing called SureCall. It seems to be somewhat of a weBoost competitor, but not exactly the same, and it's significantly lower in price than the weBoost stuff. So, I don't know. I'm going to have to look into it. It's not always a problem. For the most part, I'm a little bit further out. I've usually always got a pretty damn good signal. It's only been a few times. But it is those few times that you really notice that you don't have a good, strong signal. And then again, I could just be completely way off. It might genuinely be throttling. It might just be the fact that I've used over my amount and there are just too many people in the area, and I'm going to have to suck it up and possibly get a second plan for those times that I am in heavily, densely populated areas. So I know that there are plenty of people out there that have been on the road much longer than me, have a lot more experience dealing with a shortage of bandwidth or a shortage of signal strength. So if you guys have any tips or tricks for me, I would love to hear them. I would love to know what you have found that has worked out the best for you, or a combination of things that has worked best for you. At any rate, guys, thanks so much again for watching yet another riveting episode here on the Avion Awesome channel. I'm your host, Mark Puck, and I'm going to see you guys again on the next one. Peace!